Welcome to the New Jersey Association for College Admission Counseling College Fair. My name is Jasmine. I'm going to serve as the facilitator for our session today. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping announcements. The first announcement, your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. Second announcement, you can use the Q&A feature on Zoom to type your questions to our presenters at any point throughout our session today. Third announcement, this is just one of a few different sessions that we're offering, so feel free to visit our registration site to sign up for additional sessions. And finally, this presentation is being recorded, and you can access this recording by visiting strivescan.com/New Jersey. With all that said, I want to go ahead and turn it over to our first presenter from the New York Institute of Technology.
Thanks, Jasmine. So, hey everyone, my name is Alex. I'm an assistant director of admissions here at Tech. I'm going to start by putting a link to our digital brochure in the chat. So feel free to download that and take a look later on. But this is New York Institute of Technology. We are a small 4-year private institution with 2 New York campuses. So we have a campus in Manhattan, located right in Columbus Circle, and we have a campus in Long Island, located in Old Westbury. So most of our majors are at both campuses, which means you get to choose where you want to be. If you want to be in the hustle and bustle of the city, we can do that. Or if you want a more traditional college feel, we can do that as well. We also have students who flip-flop back and forth. So they do a semester in the city, a semester in Long Island, things like that. We're a very small school, so we're 3,400 undergraduates between both campuses. This means our class sizes are small, probably similar to what you guys are used to now. And our student to faculty ratio is 11:1. But our size is our greatest asset. We really are with you every step of the way, from transitioning into college through registration and academics to getting a job after college. Some rankings for you. We are number 34 for best regional universities in the Northeast. We're ranked top 20% of best colleges based on salary potential of graduates, and number 1 for most diverse student body in the US. Some outcomes, our graduates are 94% of them are employed or seeking a secondary degree within a year of graduation, and 4 out of 5 students who have internships parlay those internships into full-time job offers. So we are a Polytech plus school. So what that means is we cover all areas in the field of STEM plus medicine plus architecture. So we offer things like digital arts and graphic design, to architecture, to engineering and computing sciences, health professions, business, and we have our very own College of Osteopathic Medicine. Along with these programs, we have a number of ways to accelerate your success in combined degree programs. So what these are programs that you apply into as seniors in high school when you're applying to college. You'll do a bachelor's degree in a condensed amount of time, so 3 years instead of 4, and then you'll go into a graduate portion. So we offer that in the fields of medicine, occupational therapy, PT, PA, and school counseling. Oops, sorry about that. So student life, we have over 60 clubs and organizations on campus. It's so important to get involved. We have things from esports to Greek life, to professional groups, to cultural groups. No matter where you guys end up, my biggest advice is to get involved in your campus. This is because it's going to give you friends, it's going to make you feel a part of your community, and it's going to add some nice things to your resume as well. Just to touch a little bit on tuition, our tuition is $38,000 per year. If you decide to dorm with us, we only offer dorms at our Manhattan campus, and dorming is $16,000 more per year. But the 2 more important numbers are below. 98% of our students are receiving some form of financial aid, and the average financial aid package is over 30 grand per year. So we really do bring that cost down for you. The things included in the financial aid package are listed in that last yellow box. So you're going to draw from private scholarships, federal and state aid, as well as merit-based scholarships, which we automatically consider you for when you apply. The chart on the right-hand side just shows you net costs of where we end up after the average financial aid package is applied to the average cost of tuition for us and our competitors in the area. As you can see, we're lowest among our competitors, and we do offer some of the lowest private tuition rates in New York State. And lastly, if you guys want to take a screenshot, this is the best way to reach out to us. We're doing, we can do email, call, text. We're doing one-on-one appointments with admissions and financial aid. We're also doing in-person and virtual events and campus tours as well. So you can see all of that at the upcoming events link. Thank you.
Thanks, Alex. Our next presenter is from the University of Southern Maine.
Hi, folks. How's it going? Hope you're having a great evening. My name is Julia Gurney. I'm the Senior Associate Director at the University of Southern Maine. And thanks so much for starting your evening off with us. This is only a taste of all of our colleges, so if you have more questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. Otherwise, we'll get started on USM. So when it comes to the facts and figures of USM, we're about 8,500 undergraduate, graduate, and law students, about medium size for a public New England university. And like I said, we are a public university in the UMaine system. We have about a 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio. One of the more unique facts that we'll talk a little bit more in depth about is the fact that we do have multiple campuses. So one being in Portland, Maine, one being in Gorham, and one being in Lewiston, Maine. 54 majors, 79 minors, 28 graduate degrees, anything from STEM related, engineering, health sciences, exercise science, things of that nature, to really amazing fine arts programs in music, art, and theater, to very traditional programs in teacher education and the humanities as well. So we really have all different ends of the spectrum. Over 400 host sites and clinicals and internship opportunities, and our average GPA is about a 3.31 for our incoming students. So when it comes to those three campuses, and I do spend a little bit of time explaining this because I think it's important for people to learn, is that you do apply to one university. You apply to the University of Southern Maine. But what you don't have to compromise on location is that you do get 3 university campuses in one university experience. And so our Portland campus, which is probably the most notable, Portland being one of the most metropolitan areas in the state of Maine. We are located right in downtown, view of the water. 20 minutes outside of Portland is our Gorham campus, which is home to historic buildings, quintessential New England campus, beautiful green space, things like that. And we do have a regional center for about 45 minutes north in Lewiston, Maine, which has some academic departments specifically for our Masters of Occupational Therapy and programs such as that. What's nice about Portland and Gorham is they're about 20 minutes apart, and they are a part of the Portland public metro system, which means students have free transportation to and from each campus. So there's certain academic departments that are housed on each campus, but we do have similar resources, athletic facilities, and starting in fall of 2023, we will have residence halls in both Portland and in Gorham. So when it comes to the academic experience at USM, like I said, we do have a variety of majors, certainly ample opportunity for you to explore and figure out what you'd like to do. It is not a requirement. Students are welcome to come in undeclared. All of our students will take a general education requirement and core curriculum, participate in their major and or minor courses, depending on what you'd like to do. We always encourage students to customize their degree with a variety of different options when it comes to minors and certificates. But we also want you to understand that so much of your educational experience will happen in the classroom, but also so much of it will happen outside of the classroom as well. All of our academic programs have some sort of internship or external experience requirement, which gives you ample opportunity to learn what you want to do and what you don't want to do as a career, and ample opportunities for undergraduate research, as well as a really robust honors program. So when it comes to tuition and fees for out-of-state students coming from New Jersey, everything: tuition fees, room and board, books and estimated books and supplies. We're looking at about $36,000 a year total. And we do have merit scholarships that range from $6,000 to $14,000. No additional application required for students in the application process. You'll simply be evaluated for a merit-based scholarship based off your GPA that's given by your high school. So when it comes to applying to USM, we truly believe in a barrier-free process. We understand that this is a very stressful situation, and we want to make it as easy and as barrier-free for you. So we are a common application school as well as the Maine application. We have a $0 application fee, and we have been SAT and ACT optional pre-COVID for all of our academic programs, including nursing. All we need is an official high school transcript and any sort of college transcripts if you've been dual enrolled. But of course, we love to see where you're coming from, what your story has been, and what you've been involved in high school. So feel free to send us an essay, any letters of recommendation that you'd like to include, any activities or extracurriculars, including job experience that you've done. And then if you're interested in one of our arts programs in theater or in music, it will require an audition. One of the more exciting things that I do like to add to my presentation as well is that we do have a lot of great development that's happening on our Portland campus. Just this past spring, we broke ground on a brand new Portland campus development project, which is going to be including a brand new campus center, a career and employment hub, a brand new dining facility, and almost a 600-bed residence hall for upperclassmen students. So it's a great show that our university and the UMaine system is reinvesting in the campus, but also its students. And just a lot of exciting things to come down the line for fall of 2023. So feel free to connect with us. For anyone who is out there, and if you're from New Jersey, I am the person who evaluates your applications and works specifically with schools in New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania. So happy to chat, happy to connect. But otherwise, feel free to come to campus. We are open Monday through Saturday for tours, and we can't wait to see you soon in Maine. Thanks.
Thanks, Julia. Our next presenter is from the University of Delaware.
Hi, everyone. My name is John Kogan, and I'm a very proud class of 2018 UD alum, as well as one of the admissions counselors for New Jersey at the University of Delaware. Should you have any questions, please feel free to put it in the chat, and it will get answered by me after I am done chatting with you all. So the University of Delaware is located right in the heart of the Mid-Atlantic region and just over the Delaware Memorial Bridge. We are close enough to allow you to get home if you ever need to pretty quickly, but it is also far enough away that there are no unexpected guests showing up on campus. No matter if it's by train, by bus, by car, or any other means of transit, you really can get to some fantastic cultural centers all throughout the United States, all within a 2-hour drive of campus. That being said, Newark, Delaware itself has really fantastic opportunities for our students to be able to hang out, go take a hike down one of our walking trails in the state park that's right off of campus, to hang out in Main Street, which is absolutely gorgeous. Plus, we have over 350 student organizations right here on our campus. From puppies to Chance the Rapper, from hiking to grabbing you dairy ice cream, there is absolutely something for you available throughout your time at the university. When it comes to your University of Delaware experience, the most important thing that you need to know is that we have a lot of opportunities for you to get involved inside and outside of the classroom. We have over 150 different majors, over 100 different minors, and over 50 different 4+1 programs, which really do provide students an endless supply of academic opportunities. We do recognize that this endless supply of opportunities can be overwhelming, which is why we've created our lovely website up here at the top, our major finder. This is a really great way to see the close connection to faculty that our students can have, get a brief synopsis of the major and why it's and what is common for students to do after they graduate, learn about extracurricular activities related to their field of study, explore specialties about the program that makes it unique, and experience the study abroad opportunities available. If you're not sure where you want to start, that is totally a-okay. In fact, I can talk from personal experience. When I was a student at UD, I started off in our undeclared program called University Studies. And it's really great because it's not housed within any specific college to ensure that there's no major bias towards one college or another. So you really get the resources and support you need in order to figure out what program you want to end up in. When it comes to success post-graduation, we really are proud of the success of our students. In fact, we're so proud of the success of our students, we created a website for you to be able to learn more about what students do after they graduate. This is all housed on our outcomes page, and it's a really fantastic resource to understand how in demand our students are. We're very proud of the fact that since 2015, 94% of our students have within 6 months of graduation been employed or pursuing further education, which is far above the national average. Also far above the national average is the fact that even during this global pandemic, our class of 2020 had an over 90% success rate within 6 months of graduation of being employed or pursuing further education, which really does prove that even during times when jobs are scarce, our students are still in demand and they're still wanted. From the resources in our Career Services Center to the opportunities available with your professors and your classmates, you really can feel like you're going to be able to go out into the world and have the skills ready and developed for you to be as well prepared as you can be. When it comes to expanding your opportunities and educational experiences, we're really proud of all the different opportunities that our students can participate in, from undergraduate research to study abroad. But we also offer a couple different programs that you can apply for during the application process. Our Honors College offers the opportunity for students to participate in smaller class sizes, work with engaging faculty, and have a really strong sense of community. And there's no more application for it. All you have to do is simply say, yes, I want to be evaluated, and that's it. Just make sure you designate that you're interested in the Honors College before January 15th. Should you be interested in taking study abroad to the next step, you can definitely apply to our World Scholars Program, which is the opportunity for you to study abroad in your first year and again during your junior year, plus have some really amazing opportunities on campus. This is going to be something that you'll apply to after you've been admitted to the University of Delaware, along with our third program that I want to touch, our Scholars and Fellows program. Scholars and Fellows is the opportunity for you to connect and explore your passions in different ways outside of the classroom, in topics ranging from cybersecurity to community engagement. So I highly encourage that you check out our website to learn more about all the amazing experiences that we have to offer at the University of Delaware. When it comes to applying to the university, the most important requirements for our first year students can be found here, but please know that we provide a whole lot more information on our admissions requirements website. Once you've applied, you'll be able to receive access to your My Blue Hen home, which provides a very personalized selection of information about what we require and what we're missing. When you do submit your application, you are applying direct to a major. So a second choice major gives us the opportunity to give you a second chance at being able to admit you to the University of Delaware. We do utilize the self-reported academic record in order to evaluate all students on the same playing field. So please make sure that you read all the instructions and take your time to fill out all the information. We are test optional for 2022 and 2023, so definitely take that with a grain of salt. All you have to do is say, yes, I'm interested. If you're interested in applying for early action, November 1st is our deadline. If you're interested in applying for regular admission, just get your application in by January 15th. If you want to learn more, check out our websites. Otherwise, thank you all for coming out today, and please don't be afraid to ask questions in the Q&A function.
Thanks, John. Our next presenter is from Wells College.
Hello, everyone. My name is Giovanna. I am from Wells College. I'm also an alum. I graduated in 2014, and now I work as the New York City regional recruiter for Wells College. So where is Wells? Wells is in central New York. We're in the Finger Lakes region. We're about an hour from Syracuse, about 35 minutes from Ithaca, and we are rural. So we are a private liberal arts school, and we're small. So think small, but then think smaller, because we have less than 500 students total. That's not incoming class, that's not graduating class, that's the entire student body. Liberal arts, we have a lot of different majors and minors, but our most popular ones, majors that most students gravitate towards are going to be the sciences, business, psychology, and English. We do have pre-professional programs, and one of our unique programs, we call it the cross registration program. What that means is if it's a class not offered at Wells, you could go take it at no additional cost at either Cornell University, Ithaca College, or Cayuga Community College. Our student to faculty ratio is 11:1. And we have a lot of different services available to our students. If they need academic help, tutoring, internships. Our class of 2019, 100% of that class has done an internship, and 80% of that class were employed full-time 6 months after graduations. There is plenty of opportunity to do research as an undergrad. There's study abroad opportunities. And because Wells is so small, you really get to be a part of that alumni network and use those alums as a resource. And you will do a senior thesis. So Wells students have been known to have their undergraduate work published in different studies and journals. And Wells also has the TRIO and C-STEP programs that, depending on the program, it's targeted towards first generation students and low income students. So Wells is a residential campus. Close to 90% of our student body resides on campus. We have a lot of different clubs and activity. We are a D3 school. So we have about 15 sports teams, and over 30% of our student body plays a sport. And even some of them play more than one sport. So to apply to Wells, we are on the Common App and we have our own application. Both are free. There's no fee to apply. We just need your official high school transcript, letter of recommendation, and we call it a unique expression. Now, typically that's the college essay. Not everyone's a strong writer. Wells has a holistic admissions process, and we want to get to know you as a person. So if you are an artist, if you have a portfolio, if you're an athlete, a performer, we want to see that. Video clips, sound bites. We want to get to know you as a person, make that part of your application. So we're test optional. We do not require the SAT, ACT. We do suggest you visit Wells to see what's like on campus, and we do have virtual options. Okay. So when you apply to Wells, you are automatically considered for a scholarship. We do provide merit-based scholarships. And when you do your FAFSA, that will further determine your need-based aid. So Wells offers both merit aid and need-based aid. And if you have any questions whatsoever, this is my contact information. I will be glad to talk to you more about Wells or college in general. You could check us out on our social media handles, or you could contact our admissions departments directly.
Thank you. Our next presenter is from the University of Georgia.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Kelly Bird. I'm one of the Senior Assistant Directors at the University of Georgia, and we're located in Athens, Georgia, which is approximately an hour northeast of Atlanta. And interestingly, jet setters recognize Athens as one of the hippest cities in the South, which means we have the highest concentration of beards, baristas, and man buns than any other university in the South. But all joking aside, Athens is an important backdrop to the student experience on campus because of the music and art scene, the creative culture, and the community that sits just footsteps from our historic North Campus. Now, beyond Athens, the University of Georgia is a pretty great place too. We have roughly 30,000 undergraduate students in 200 different majors and concentrations in 18 different schools and colleges. This means that our students get exposure to world-class faculty, and they can create an experience that meets their wants and needs. And to complement this experience, Our commitment to students is really evident through two key programs I'd like to touch on this evening: experiential learning and double dogs. First, Georgia is one of the largest public universities to require that students graduate with an experiential learning experience. What is this? Well, experiential learning is the kinds of hands-on learning that takes what students learn in the classroom and applies to real life. So it can encompass a lot of different things, but most commonly our students have incredible opportunities to do research with world-renowned faculty members as soon as they set foot on campus, travel study on every continent, and they have great internships all over the world. Second, our Double Dogs program offers students an opportunity to pursue a bachelor's degree and master's degree in 5 years. And as you've heard this evening from many of us, 4-in-1 programs are not uncommon, but the sheer volume of ours is astounding. We started Double Dogs just a few years ago and already have over 200 different programs available for students to choose from. This means that students have the flexibility to get their degrees in related fields, like an undergraduate degree in advertising and a master's in emerging media, or they can switch it up and pursue something like an undergraduate degree in engineering and an MBA. And with so many options, students can get creative and build an experience that is unique to them. So how do students take advantage of these opportunities? Well, it starts with a first-year application. Our first-year application opens up on August 1st, and students can apply using our institutional application, the Common App, or the Coalition. Applicants have 2 different application types to choose from: early action and regular decision, which are both non-binding. And so really, I get the question, should I apply early action or regular decision? But the truth is, early action and regular decision applicants undergo the exact same review process. The choice is just a matter of timing. So students who are ready to have all parts of their admissions application reviewed in October, early is a great plan. But if you're not ready, we encourage you to wait and apply a regular decision with a later deadline of January 1st, so that students can prepare all of their components. So diving into our first year applicant pool, Georgia has a pretty competitive application process. And who is applying really drives what these numbers look like from year to year. And so while we value many parts of the application, demonstrated academic achievement is going to be a key factor in our first year admissions decision in Georgia. And while we are subject to the University System of Georgia, who is requiring standardized test scores this year, we are continuing to focus on a whole student review, looking at everything in a student's file, because students bring a lot to the table beyond just the numbers in an application. So when you apply to the University of Georgia, you're also applying for all merit-based scholarships. Scholarships for first-year students here are awarded during the admissions process, and we encourage students to visit the scholarships portion of our website, where they can find a full listing of merit-based scholarships, as well as any published minimums to be considered. So with that being said, I do want to encourage you all to visit campus if you haven't. We have daily visits Monday through Friday, and then we also have virtual visit opportunities on Tuesdays, and you can visit our website to schedule a date that works for you. Thanks so much, and go Dogs.
Thanks, Kelly. Our next presenter is from Hampshire College.
Hello, everybody. Hope everybody is doing well, hanging in there. My name is Emily Bilodeau. I use she, her pronouns, and I am one of the assistant directors of admissions at Hampshire College. Hampshire is a small private liberal arts institution in the gorgeous hills of Western Massachusetts. I could go on for hours and hours about everything that makes Hampshire really unique and special, but I only have 6 minutes to chat with you all tonight. So I'm really going to focus in on what makes Hampshire different from other small private liberal arts institutions, and strap in because there's some exciting stuff that I'm going to share with you. So what I'm going to talk about tonight includes our narrative evaluations, the 5-college consortium, and our divisional system. So starting right off, Hampshire does not use grades. Yes, you heard that right. Hampshire does not use letter or number grades to evaluate our students. Instead, you are going to receive long format narrative evaluations from your faculty at the end of every single course. You'll get anywhere from a paragraph to 2 pages of detailed written feedback, talking about what you actually did in the course, where you excelled, where you struggled, how you worked to overcome any struggles you encountered, and just identifying areas of potential growth. We really find that this eliminates competitiveness from the classroom. Instead of finding motivation from hoping to get an A or doing better than so-and-so, students are engaging with the material because they want to gain the knowledge. And it takes away the distracting numbers game that students often end up playing of, if I get a 70 on the test, I'll still get a B for the class, so I'm only going to study for an hour tonight. Instead, everybody is doing the reading, everybody is coming to class prepared because they want to be a part of the conversations rather than they want to get an A. Second thing I highlight is the 5 College Consortium. So Hampshire was actually created by 4 other schools in the area, and we maintain a relationship with those schools today. So Hampshire College, along with Smith College, Amherst College, Mount Holyoke College, and the University of Massachusetts Amherst all make up the 5 College Consortium, which I like to think of as 5 colleges for the price of 1. Because as a Hampshire student, you have access to the classes, clubs, resources of all of these schools for no extra fee. There's a free bus system that allows students to get around to these other campuses. Hampshire students on average will take 6 courses throughout the consortium during their time at Hampshire. Some take none, some take 13, and many students challenge themselves to a game of 5 college bingo, where they try to take a course at each of the schools before they graduate. The 5 College Consortium is just a really great resource for our students because it allows you to have the small college feel and the close-knit community of Hampshire, while having access to this much larger network of resources and this much wider net of students that you're able to interact with, make connections with, make memories with. It's a really great, vibrant area to be a college student, and Hampshire does not limit our students in the way that you can interact with the consortium. You can take as many courses as you would like. Next, I'll talk about the divisional system. So at Hampshire, we, in addition to not having grades, we actually don't have majors. You are not going to come to Hampshire and say, I want to be a chemistry major, and then be handed a list of classes that you have to take in order to graduate. Instead, you are going to design your own program of study. Every single student designs their own curriculum based around what you are passionate about, what questions you have, what you want to bring into the world, and you're going to work with a personal faculty advising committee to design your curriculum around that. And every single student's time at Hampshire culminates in a year-long independent project, which we call your Div 3 project, that's going to take a different shape and form for every student. So we have students who do more traditional research papers or lab experiments, but we also have students who write novels, do gallery installations, produce radio documentaries, and everything in between. Hampshire was recently ranked number 8 among liberal arts colleges when you're looking at the impact of individuals who are connected with the college. You might recognize some faces in this collage of some of our alums. 90% of our alums report receiving a job offer or starting grad school within 6 months of graduating. 2/3 of our students go on to receive an advanced degree within 10 years, and we are in the top 3% of colleges whose students go on to earn PhDs. And 1 in 4 of our students go on to start their own business or nonprofit. And often that business starts as their Division 3 project that just kind of grows into something even bigger. It's also worth noting that we have a gorgeous 800-acre campus, which is neighbored by a 2,000-acre state park. So there is lots of room for outdoor activities, which we have lots of programming for. We're also one of the most environmentally conscious colleges in the country. We have solar fields that are capable of meeting 100% of our energy needs. We are on track to be carbon neutral by 2023, which is right around the corner. And we also have a fully functional college farm that provides a lot of produce for our on-campus dining program. We have 2 living buildings on our campus as well. But so that's just a bit on that. And then to close out by talking a bit about the application process. So we are a Common App school, so everything can be done through the Common App, and we have no application fee. And like some of the other schools this evening, we do what's called a holistic read of your application. So we want to look at everything that you send us. We want to really get a full sense of who you are as a person, as a student, as a human being. So we look at everything you send our way to try and fit that picture together. The only thing that we will not look at is we will not look at your SAT or ACT scores. Even if you send them to us, they will be redacted and we will not include them in the process. This was a decision that we made back in 2014. So it's been a long time since we have accepted these scores. We recognize that you are not a number and that these scores are not a good indication of your ability to succeed at Hampshire. And we just recognize that the tests are inherently biased against students from different backgrounds, different learning styles. So we completely eliminate them from our application process back in 2014 and continue to do so today. If you want to talk more about the application process, or if you want to hear about student life, if you want to chat with a professor or a current student, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm the counselor for New Jersey, so please reach out to me by email. I'll also put this in the chat if anybody has questions. Thank you so much for your time and for your attention this evening. So I'll pass the floor back to our facilitator. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Emily. So that concludes the presentation portion of our session today, but I want to encourage all of our presenters to return. Feel free to turn your cameras on and I will pose a question to the group. The question is, what's one thing you want students to remember about your school? And so we will start with the New York Institute of Technology.
I would say, remember that we are a career-focused institution. So college can be a lot of things. It can be a lot of work. It can be a lot of fun. But at the end of the day, we're all going to college because we want to get a good job afterwards. So our career-focused approach will set you up for that.
I would say that we are located in beautiful Maine. I don't think it gets any better than the coastline of southern Maine. Lobster rolls, whoopie pies, the occasional moose if you leave the shoreline. But in a serious thing, I always say to students is that price does not always indicate quality. It's really important to know what you can afford financially and what your experience should be. We want you to have the best experience possible when it comes to your education and not saddle you with a lot of debt. So keep looking at all of those price tags and check us out.
I would say that for the University of Delaware, it's quite important to remember about the amount of opportunities we're able to offer all of our students. We have over 150 different majors. We have lots of different minors and ways to mix and match your curriculum. And then while you're a student at UD, you can participate in research, you can participate in study abroad opportunities, you can be in our honors college, you can interact with professors very closely. We just had UN ambassadors from the EU on campus last week. So there's lots of really amazing experiences that are able to happen on our campus.
For Wells College, I would like to say community. Like, you will know your professors will know you. I have known Wellsians to actually like grow into the people they are today. Like, you make friends for life, you make connections for life. I have gotten like my first job straight out of college from an alum, and you could just, based on like your class rank, like conversation, relationship is just instant. So I would really say community. Wells supports other, Wells people.
I'd say at Georgia, we're a place to help support you with the direction that you want to go. One thing we don't do is consider your major in the admissions process. We're a large state public university with 250 majors and programs. 17 and 18-year-olds don't need to have it all figured out. I think all of us as adults may not have it figured out either. Our job is to help students either figure out that path or to help propel them along that path.
And for Hampshire, I would say the big takeaway is just the fact of how much freedom you have and how much you are able to take ownership of your education. You are challenged and empowered to really take risks, try things that seem impossible, but you're in a community and in a setting that is going to support you no matter what the outcome of those risks are. So yeah, that's what I would add.
Thank you all for your responses. So that concludes our virtual college fair for today, but I do have a few closing announcements. As you exit from this Zoom session, a survey will appear. It's approximately 5 questions, but please complete the survey. I also want to remind you that you can sign up for additional sessions by visiting our registration site. And finally, you can access this recording by visiting strivescan.com/New Jersey. I want to thank all of our presenters for joining us, but also thank you to our attendees. I hope everyone has a great evening. Thank you.